What are the two most important vehicle accessories you should have before going out full driving? Before doing any sort of modification on your vehicle, changing tires, anything like that. It's the humble tire gauge and a good air compressor. Today I'm going to be talking all about tire pressures, how important it is, and how it affects your full driving. Let's pretend that this was a fully inflated balloon, highway pressures, fully inflated balloon, and let's get a stick, and the stick would be the object on the road, and if we poke the balloon with a stick, it'll blow up. If we get the same balloon, remove air from it so it's nice and squishy, get the same stick and poke it, you'll find that it will be harder to poke it because the softer balloon now wraps around, like takes the form of the stick, will try to take the form of the stick. Same exact theory with lowering your tire pressure and driving on the road. And that's why people say lowering your tire pressure helps prevent tire damage. The other advantage is that you gain more traction. And how it works is, this is an image of a fully inflated tire making contact with the ground. And this is the image of a deflated tire making contact with the ground. So as you can see, the bottom part of the tire is flattened, which means that more of the thread is now making contact with the ground, thus gaining you more traction. So that's why you gain more traction. The other thing is flotation. Just imagine a guy with normal shoes walking on knee-deep snow. He'll sink. Whereas if he gets one of those tennis racket thingies and puts it on his foot, he'll have a bigger footprint, which prevents him from sinking down in that snow. Same thing. So now that you've increased the footprint of your tire, then it gained you more flotation. In this video, you'll see my vehicle traversing this really thick mud. And one of the things you'll notice is that there's not much wheel spin. I'm just slowly going through it. And the reason being is that I've lowered my tire pressures down to 20 psi, and my vehicle is just so lightweight that I can just easily float on top of this mud. And just on the topic of traction, if you don't lower down your tire pressures while out full driving, your tendency is to create more wheel spin in the hopes to gain more traction. And what it obviously does is it causes more damage to the track. So by lowering your tire pressures, not only are you looking after your vehicle and yourself for safety, but you are respecting the track, respecting the people who are going to be using the track later on. Now, the other thing I forgot to mention is that reducing your tire pressures helps reduce the vibration on your vehicle when you're driving over rough terrain. And most importantly, it helps your shock absorber as well, so that your shock absorber doesn't need to work that hard and it lasts longer, it doesn't overheat that quickly. So now that you know how important it is to lower your tire pressure, the next question is, exactly how much PSI do you need in the tire? Well, depends. There's a lot of variables, and I can't tell you exactly what it should be. But one of the biggest variable is the weight of your vehicle. And take my vehicle for example. This one is super lightweight, so I can go lower than normal. So to give you an example, if as soon as I hit the dirt road, gravel road, I drop it down to 22, 24 psi, depends. If I go to the sand, the beach, I drop it down to 15 or 18, depends on the firmness of the sand. So basically, those are just guidelines for you, and you really need to get out there with your vehicle and test it for yourself and have a play around and see what PSI works best for your vehicle on that particular terrain. So now you're ready to lower down your tire pressures. What do you need? For years I've been using the stick. I just stop wherever I need to lower down my tire pressure, look around, pick up a stick. If I see a good looking stick, I'll keep it with me for the rest of the trip and I'll keep using it. If you go out full driving frequently, then I highly recommend you get a rapid tire deflator, because it makes life so much easier. It deflates your tire so much faster than the stick, and you end up saving a whole lot of time, especially if you're under full sun in summer in the beach. So this Ridge Rider rapid tire deflator this design has been around for years, and it's tried and tested. This design is tried and tested. This one in particular has got a stainless steel braided hose, which I really like, really durable this one, built-in tire gauge, which I find pretty accurate. Word of advice, if you use something like a rapid tire deflator that allows you to remove the valve from the tire, make sure you take spare valves with you, because regardless of how careful you are, time will come wherein you'll have to, dirt will get into it and then it will leak air and you'll have to replace. The only way to fix it is to replace the valve. So that is another reason why you need a tire repair kit. Tire repair kits like this include spare valves and a valve removing tool. And lastly, after you're done with your full driving, you obviously need a way to put air back into your tire. So you need a good air compressor to do that. If you like what you've seen, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications of any new videos we put up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.